We finally got what we've all been waiting for, the Sister Wives Tell-All. And after the craziest season in Sister Wives history, it seriously didn't disappoint at all. Because it revealed what we've all been waiting 17 seasons for. All of the wives have left Kody except for Robin, and you'll never believe everything else they revealed, and this was only the first part of 3. So don't get me wrong, there were a lot of aspects about the tell-all that I wasn't a huge fan of, and I think if you watched it, you'd probably agree with me. I get why they do all the interviews one-on-one now, but I also think we miss out on a lot of conversations that could have happened, like all of the wives calling out Kody for his blatant lies. I mean, this guy is really full of it, and will he ever learn? I don't even know where to start with him, and I think the most logical part to start is probably with Mary, his first wife. He really likes rewriting history when it comes to her. He made so many wild claims about their marriage, and it's like he forgets that we've all watched his life play out on TV for the last 12 years. He actually claimed that at one point he wanted to reconcile with Mary, but the only reason that he didn't was because Christine threw a fit and told him not to. And now we haven't heard what her response was to these claims, but Mary pretty much acknowledged that there was no way that was true, and I honestly couldn't agree more for a million different reasons. First of all, this time that he's referring to what was filmed on the show, and he said that Mary made him Rice Krispie treats for his birthday, and that he was so touched by the gesture that he told the other wives that he wanted to reconcile with Mary, which, first things first, if that's all it really took for Kody to reconcile with Mary, I think she would have made him about 10 million Rice Krispie treats by now, because we all know that she has always wanted to reconcile with him. He was the one in the way. But anyway, this was literally filmed as an episode of the show, and there's literal footage of Mary gifting Kody these Rice Krispie treats. So do you really mean to tell me that this entire exchange happened, but they just happened to not catch him on film telling your other wives that you were going to reconcile with Mary, and Christine throwing a fit about it? Because I just really can't see that happening. If anything, that sounds like a much better episode of TV than just watching Mary give Kody Rice Krispie treats, and I'm sure the producers of the show would have thought the same. And this all brings me to my next point. For years, all of the wives and Kody himself have claimed that Kody is not one to be swayed by his wives. Obviously, we all know that that's not the case, because Robin very clearly does sway him often, but I don't think we've ever seen him, be swayed by any of the other wives, and especially not Christine. So I just really can't see a world where Christine would have any veto power about the state of Kody and Mary's relationship. And don't get me wrong, I do think it's possible that Christine could have gotten upset that Kody was willing to invest more into his relationship with Mary, a relationship that had been clearly over for a while, than he ever was willing to invest into his relationship with Christine, a relationship that was still struggling. But I don't think she would have tried to stop a reconciliation from happening, and it honestly just brings me to the biggest point of this entire thing. Didn't they tell us for years that none of the wives got involved in any of the other relationships? I mean, they made a point to say that none of the other wives knew what was going on in the other marriages for years, so assuming that that's true, I don't really think that Christine would have gotten a say in the state of Kody and Mary's relationship, and it sounds like Christine's going to say exactly that in the next episode of The Tell-All. And if you can believe that, that was only the beginning of this mess. Kody really dug himself in a hole here. He was rude, demeaning, and just all around insufferable. And we've seen him in rare form over and over again over the years, and yet I still don't think we've ever seen him act this horribly. I mean, at one point he mimicked a dog panting to describe how badly Janelle and Christine wanted to marry him, and I mean, give me a break. He also accused Christine of being a game player, which was honestly kind of hilarious, because he said that she was always throwing temper tantrums, manipulating and pouting, and I don't even know if I've ever seen Christine do that, but I've definitely seen Kody's only remaining wife do all those things, and I think I finally figured it out. I think Kody and Robin are using Christine as the Brown family scapegoat, and remember how Robin said that that's what, her mom calls her, and the truth of the matter is that Christine is actually the person Kody and Robin choose to blame for all of the family's problems, and even though that's clearly not true, I mean, they have no problem rewriting history, and Kody blamed Christine for so many issues in their marriage, and Robin said that Kody's only attracted to wives based on their behavior, so pretty much, if they're obedient to him, he likes them, And is that really what she's going to tell herself about why the other wives' marriages failed? Because if it is, I have some bad news for her. But anyway, at one point they get into the infamous clip of Kody saying that he doesn't want to consider himself married to Mary anymore. And I think I speak for all of us when I say that we've been waiting to see her reaction to this clip all season, and it definitely didn't disappoint, because first, she called him out on his hypocrisy for saying that Christine couldn't just say she wasn't married to him anymore while he did the same thing to Mary, and then she confirmed that she does now consider their marriage to be over. And while she didn't outright say it, everything from her response to the clip to how she talked about Kody told me that she was officially done with him. And every other time that we've seen her talk about Kody, she usually defends him, but this time she laid it all out there. She said that she called him on their anniversary and he asked her why she was even calling him in the first place, because they're clearly not married anymore. And then she said that she asked him if they should make a statement about their marriage being over, and she actually said that he told her that he didn't want to because he didn't want everyone judging him for having 2 failed marriages. So instead, he had her look like an idiot for years while we all wondered why she was staying. And isn't that just the most Kody thing you've ever heard? I mean, he had no problem with people judging Mary for staying in a loveless marriage for so many years, as long as it meant they weren't judging him for having 2 failed marriages. And that story is honestly the main reason why I think they're done. If Mary had any interest in protecting him still, she never would have told that story, and it obviously makes him look horrible. And not only that, but it breaks the whole illusion that he wanted to hide behind in the first place. Clearly, she's finally putting herself ahead of him, and even though that she said that, she'd still be open to reconciliation if he was, it is definitely clear that their marriage is over, which means that it's official. Everyone's marriages are over with Kody besides Robin, and since we know that Janelle and Kody are separate from the tell-all preview, the only one we were still waiting for was Mary. And even though we didn't get into any of the Janelle and Kody separation drama yet, I'm sure the next 2 episodes of the tell-all are going to be crazy as we watch the last 2 pieces of the Brown family unfold, and I think we can all agree that it's about time.